8:53 p.m. Wednesday, October 16th, 2019, episode number 751 of Oh Yeah Dude. My name is Jonathan. This is Seth. Hello,
Jonathan,
Seth.
good to see you. 751 on the road to 1,000.
Right there. Within our grasps.
Started in February of 2006. It's now October of 2019. That means we're coming up on 14 years of the show.
That's true.
So I say thank you to everybody listening right now for joining us for this.
Can we do an
episode.
Oh Yeah cruise for our 15-year anniversary?
For our 15
An Oh Yeah Dude cruise. No?
Florida Georgia Line presents the UhhYeahDude cruise.
Oh Yeah cruise.
FGL UID. Ooh.
Could you do that?
A cruise.
No.
I guess.
Have you ever been on a cruise?
I've never been on a Princess cruise line.
Nor have I.
I've been on a Norwegian cruise line.
I've never been on a cruise. It would be a first for us.
It would be
so
a
that would
first
be
for us.
Maybe compelling enough content fodder for,
if you will,
a few episodes, a few live
booze
maritime episodes.
Cruise. Speaking of episodes, new episodes of Cops. They just told me will return in January 2020. All right.
When was the last new episodes on?
June.
And then they ran those for how long?
That was they ran those.
Like how many were there?
Season 32 premiered in June. So no, maybe June, July, August. September. It's now October. I peaked. What's been going on? We'll be back in 2020. You know, Live PD is giving me bonus episodes.
They got too much footage.
Too much footage. It was a Saturday night.
What did you think of the last season of Cops? Was it good?
It's good. It's comforting. Do you like oatmeal? Do you like oatmeal with just a little bit of cinnamon sugar?
Brown sugar.
Brown sugar, just a little bit. Put on the top there. Do you like that on a cold December morning?
That's Cops.
That's Cops. It was a Saturday night, March 11th, 1989, when that first episode dropped. I was 15. You were 11. We both sat in front of our televisions.
Maybe not.
Okay. I sat in front of my television.
No, you did not. Did you?
Oh, definitely.
First up.
No question. Bad boys, bad boys. What are you going to do, gentlemen?
They kicked off right away with that song?
Gentlemen, what are you going to do is my question. What are these, Papa? What are these
bad boys they speak of?
First of all, what are these bad boys up to? What are these? What is this outerwear? These tops? These tank tops? These white tank tops? What are they wearing? I want one of these. I want one, Papa. So for my birthday.
I definitely watched it.
For my birthday in September, I got a Hanes 3-pack when I opened up on Christmas morning. Thank you, Papa. And this bad boy will do what he wants to do. Guys, you can't go away till January.
That's a long
way
hiatus.
away.
Long hiatus.
I don't think they understand what
they're still in the they're still making it still like 90s television.
Yeah, like we'll be back in January. Live PD's on like 6 nights a week live.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Especially when they come for you.
When you are a bad perp.
Coming for you.
What are you gonna do?
Well, best of luck with that.
Best of luck to you.
I mean, they've done a lot.
They've done us proud.
Maybe it's just time to.
Hey, come on now.
Yeah. Maybe just stop. Some
things
go out with a
60 minutes. Sometimes they just
go on forever.
They go on forever. What is this? Is that brown sugar? Just a little bit, right?
Just sprinkled on the top.
Thank you, Mama.
Papa, where is this?
Papa, but where are my
sleeveless
tops?
shirts? These sleeveless tops. These ribbed, sleeveless, tight-fitting tops.
Papa, what are you going to do?
What shall we do when they come for us, Papa? Scientists witnessing the destruction of the natural world must be supported and, quote unquote, allowed to cry, researchers say. In a letter published in the journal Science, 3 leading researchers say it is, quote, dangerously misguided to assume that scientists are dispassionate observers. They say many scientists experience, quote, strong grief responses to the current ecological crisis and that there are profound risks to ignoring this emotional trauma. We're documenting the destruction of the world's most beautiful and valuable ecosystems, and it's impossible to remain emotionally detached. Quote, when you spend your life studying places like the Great Barrier Reef or the Arctic ice caps and then watch them bleach into rubble fields and melt into the sea, it hits you very hard.
Cry.
Yeah. Imagine.
Don't be afraid.
Not only
don't be
that,
ashamed.
but watching that happening.
Right before your very eyes.
Watching that happen.
Your tear-filled eyes.
Knowing that it's happening.
Oh, it's happening.
Crying about it.
Bawling.
And then being essentially told by...
Shut the fuck up. Wipe those fucking tears away and shut the fuck up. But you don't No, I do understand. We have to allow these people to grieve.
Not only to grieve, but it's not even...
It's tough.
You're being told that you're wrong.
Oh, you're incorrect.
By a lot of people.
Science person.
Yeah. So what you're grieving about is being...
Crocodile tears.
Questioned.
Yes. You have to rub their backs, and say, shh.
Rub the scientists' backs.
When you see a scientist in the wild, rub their back and say, cry.
Let it out.
And then just drop a aluminum can in
Let
front
it
of
out,
them.
4 Eyes.
Let it out. Nerd. Shh. I mean, could you imagine? You dedicate your life and you watch destruction unfold and you're told, stop your tears, liar.
Yeah.
Of course you're going to cry.
What are you crying about, liar?
What are you crying about, liar person?
Fucking nerd liar.
So I think we should cry. Pat them. It's amazing. They have to be allowed to cry.
Sad.
It's unfortunate it's come to this.
Yeah, it is. It's no laughing matter.
It's absolutely a crying and not a laugh. You've seen my tattoo on my back. Comedy. Tragedy. You've seen it. The comedy is you with a microphone in your hand, full eyes closed, head back, full laughter. The tragedy
is a
scientist hunched over a beaker, a Bunsen burner, weeping with a lab coat, being called a liar.
Yeah.
Like a newscast is on in the background.
Shouting
liar.
It's got to be
probably very frustrating.
Got to be
because you're sounding the alarm
and you're so smart.
You're so fucking smart,
and you know it at this point.
Well,
and not in a crazy,
not arrogant.
No, just like I'm pretty sure I figured this out.
My entire life has been in this field of study.
Yeah.
And I know the motive. It's not. I'm not trying to make money here.
Trying to just
understand. Sound the alarm. Trying to understand.
Trying to wrap my
for all of us. 7 generations. Shut up, liar.
Quit your crying. Oof. All right, we got some uppers. We got some uppers in the second.
What do we got? Baby, I told you October is fucking gallows humor. October is a macabre month. And so you have to deal with things.
A study by researchers with the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention and Auburn University published last month in the Journal of American Veterinary Medical Association found that from 2003 to 2014, male veterinarians died of suicide at a rate 1.6 times higher than the U.S. average. For female vets, the situation is worse yet, at 2.4 times
female
higher.
vet.
Another study published earlier this year found that suicide rates among veterinarians was even higher. Overall suicide rates among men are higher than those among women.
Just you're talking
in general. Pop. Not so with veterinarians. Crazy. Nearly 62% of veterinarians are women.
Okay.
And that share is expected to rise given high female enrollments in veterinary schools. The CDC Auburn study suggested that one reason for the high suicide rates is that veterinarians have ready access to drugs that can be deadly in excess.
Oh, man. Open up the cabinet.
Poisoning, quote, poisoning was the most common mechanism of death among veterinarians. The drug most commonly used was pentobarbital, the study states. Pentobarbital, a barbiturate that can be used as a sedative and as an anti-seizure medication, is commonly used by veterinarians to euthanize animals.
Crazy.
But access to lethal drugs doesn't explain the despair. Many veterinarians say the recent studies have just proven what they and their colleagues have suspected in a profession fraught with high stress, emotional, moral, and increasingly financial. The average debt from vet school is more than $152,000, according to the American Veterinary Medical Association. And that doesn't include undergraduate debt. That's close to the average debt that is close to the average debt for medical school, but the average starting salary for a vet is about $82,000, which is substantially less than that of a new physician. Medical advances have increased care options for pets, but they are too costly for many pet owners, most of whom do not have pet insurance. Do you have pet insurance?
Do I have pet insurance?
For Ms.?
Does Seth have pet insurance for Mizu?
Yes.
I don't know what that means.
So I'll take that as a no.
I know that no matter what happens and whatever is needed, he will be taken care of.
I understand.
So
that.
he has insurance.
The greatest insurance.
The greatest insurance.
Some veterinarians talk about being accused of just being in it for the money, and many say that they are torn by the moral dilemma. As much as they want to do more for an animal and its anguished owner, they also have to pay the bills.
I mean, this is insane. But that's another job that you're around a lot of. Pets don't live long lives comparable to us. So physicians deal with mortality, but not, I mean, it's probably a rarer, they probably deal with more people living than dying. Whereas a veterinarian,
absolutely,
across the board, every client they get.
I mean, maybe oncologists or somebody in a specific field of dealing with terminal illnesses and stuff.
Good call.
But not like the frequency and
vets all day.
It's like all day.
They meet a cat and it's like,
yeah,
well, I might as well just say goodbye now. But this is the first, I'm just going to say goodbye now.
Yeah.
Goodbye. But I just brought her in. Goodbye, Molly. That's
maybe
insane.
More of a thankless job than you would probably think, because you
because you're selfish.
Because you ultimately probably get blamed for
the vet gets blamed.
Absolutely, because there's so many factors that have to be decided for an animal in a dire death situation. And because the animal can't speak for themselves, and because the pet owner can't possibly know enough about the situation in most circumstances, and has to rely on the vet's opinion, and if the vet's opinion doesn't pan out in the animal and owner's favor, then the grieving process causes that owner to immediately point a finger at, it was your fault. You told me to do this and it didn't work.
And now I'm going to murder you.
And now
don't worry about what's in the cabinet.
Don't worry about the barbital. I'm gonna use.
Care of this
I'm gonna do this whole other way. I know that in my life there have been situations, more so. There are many situations where the death of a pet,
yes,
has ended an otherwise totally good relationship with a veterinarian.
Oh, yeah. Like a bad haircut. Done.
It's just like, we're done. Like, I don't, regardless of whether I truly blame that doctor.
What you do.
There are things that are just, you can't get over. Yeah. And that it shifts it in a way where you're like, and it's happened a few times throughout my life.
But I think we need to have some compassion for the veterinarians. First of all, I didn't realize that you're spending as much money as a doctor and you make no money. That sucks.
And that you assume because the organizations that the corporations that these veterinarians now work for for the most part,
Oh,
are
what
these.
happens?
They're all these
owned by
huge
some-
things, and so they're being forced to put.
So Amazon owns my vet, is what you're telling me.
And then those people who are picking the price of, well, this is how much a teeth cleaning costs, or this is how much.
$5,000.
Right. So
Yeah.
you start dealing with that.
We use crazy. The toothpaste. See, it's not the toothpaste
But
we use for you.
the vet's job is still to tell you that it's not going to, the vet's job is still to tell you, you need to do this because you do. But the problem is that the price of that is so prohibitive that you can't help again, but blame the messenger and say, like, this person is trying to get me to do something that is,
Your dog's gums
too
are sensitive, and
expensive.
I can't use Sensodyne. I have to use dog Sensodyne, and a tube of dog Sensodyne, it's $2,000 for a 6-ounce tube. Pay up now.
So it's a difficult
Crazy.
situation.
But is it the debt, or is it people? These are inherently compassionate people, I would assume, that go into that field.
You would
These
think.
are people that have large, beautiful hearts, and maybe they're not. Maybe being surrounded by
I don't find. I mean, I've known a lot of vets throughout my life.
Oh, and you think they're?
I wouldn't say that I find them to be
I guess I've only been around one vet, and her heart is as big as the moon.
And not to say that those don't exist, but I don't believe that that's a prerequisite for the profession. I believe that the ability to, I mean, you are essentially a doctor of medicine that, like you're saying, that, I mean, there are reasons that I think some vets get into it besides just a love of animals.
Oh, okay.
I have met plenty of vets who do love animals, but I've certainly met some that I think they don't love animals necessarily, which allows them to do their job, although maybe not as compassionately as a patient might want, certainly efficiently, and not to get there.
Vet.
I want a vet that knows absolutely as much as possible.
Oh, you want the?
I mean, the guy that did the oncologist dude that did the radiation on Fatty.
Yeah.
I was warned by other veterinarians that she was like, people do not like him. He is not a nice person, and he's not nice
To the pet.
to the animals.
He hits the pet.
He likes to hit the pets. No,
Lightly, but he does hit
literally,
the pet.
I read stuff about him that was like, he is like cold-hearted, blah, 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 blah,
But
blah.
he's the greatest.
For me personally, I mean, obviously it was a successful outcome.
Okay.
So that can't help but skew my opinion.
Yes.
But prior to that outcome, when I first met him,
No.
I was like,
I need both.
This guy gave me absolutely every piece of information that I needed. He answered
that's good.
every question that I had, and in a way that I understood. And I was able to make decisions based off that. And I appreciated how kind of
Clinical? When he called you Bones? No, the dog is Bones. No, hello, Mr. Bones. No. I'm Jonathan.
I don't need a doctor to sit and try to make me feel better about the fact that my animal is sick and dying.
Okay.
That's not something I need from
You
them.
just need that doctor to come in.
You know what I'm saying, though? Some people, they don't know what to do with that feeling. So they're going to somebody who they think knows more about it and is looking for relief from that discomfort. And I don't need relief from that discomfort. I would
expect
a solve for the issue.
25 years ago, 25 years from now.
I don't need my mechanic to tell me, I'm so sorry that you fucking blew up another engine.
No, I need my mechanic to spend the weekend with me, no matter what it is.
I want them to tell me.
I expect 20 years from now, if anything happens to me, it never will, that my veterinarian will go away with me.
For like a week?
For a week and a half to grieve with me. Gotta have some compassion for these vets. I didn't know they were going through this.
I didn't know either. That's a wild statistic.
It's a tough fucking racket.
I mean, if I was a vet, I would
You'd
probably
be a fantastic vet because you'd have both. You'd have the clinical mastery.
I would have been
the bedside manner.
100%.
Oh, you wouldn't be able to do it. First dog dead, you'd quit. I'm done. First dog you had to put down. I'm done.
I would be an amazing vet.
Oh my God, laying with the dog.
I would be. You're an asshole. I would be the best vet. The problem is that I would also probably do a lot of ketamine.
Oh, you couldn't be around all
That
that.
sweet.
That special
liquid fucking.
Oh, you got that
K.
special up in here?
That good
Yeah,
ass K.
Oh, you got that good special? Doctor?
You find me
Doctor.
Find me after hours
What?
doing some experiments.
Doctor, is there anything on under that white coat?
Put that fucking nitrous mask on
Oh,
and just fucking
good
start
night.
IVing some fucking K.
Doctor.
Be tough.
Can't keep you around that.
It'd be tough.
Can't have it.
There's a lot of good, sweet, clean medical drugs.
Clean,
the cleanest
special.
drugs.
It turns out being a sugar daddy isn't a one-size-fit-all gig. While it occasionally lives up to the stereotype of a wealthy, middle-aged man lavishing gifts and money on a young woman in return for her companionship, there's much more to it in the United States. Drawing from 48 in-depth interviews, sociologist Maren Schul, PhD, assistant professor at the University of Colorado at Denver, has identified 7 types of these sugar relationships. Didn't know that.
7 types of sugar.
7 sugars.
7 different types of sugar.
Sugar prostitution, compensated dating, compensated companionship, sugar dating, sugar friendships with benefits, and pragmatic love. Didn't get to work sugar in there. Should have just called it pragmatic sugar love.
Please explain.
The results of her study were published in Sociological Perspectives. Whenever I read an article about sugar daddies or sugar babies, I often saw the same sensationalistic slant. The women are desperate, starved college students engaging in prostitution. As someone who studies deviance, I knew there were more important nuances to these relationships. Study deviance.
I think that's what we do.
It's our new podcast, Study Deviance. Skull labeled the first sugar prostitution as a form of sugaring, absent emotion, and purely the exchange of gifts for sex. That's it. Right? Bam. You want those? Do you want those shoes? Tell you what you need to do.
That's how you would do it, huh?
Yes. You want these shoes? I'll tell you what the price is.
Do that in public at the mall.
Non-negotiable. Compensating dating. It involves a monetary or material compensation for, let's say, grabbing a coffee, a meal, or attending a specific event. Compensated dating. So you just...
Like escorting. Non-sexual
But
escorting.
for coffee?
Well, that's a stupid example, but...
Hey, could you meet me at Starbucks? I'm going to give you $400. I want everyone to see me having coffee with you. Hi.
But, date, dinners, events.
Okay. Events. A girlfriend experience type situation?
There you go.
So I've read. I've heard. Compensated companionship involves a wider scope of activities and often involve the woman becoming more intertwined in the man's life.
Like travel.
Okay. Neither compensated dating nor compensated companionship involves anything sexual.
Okay.
I need a doubles partner at my tennis club. You don't play? That's okay. We'll lose.
Together.
Here's $500. Non-sexually, I'll get crushed by this couple. Here's $1,000. Sweet. What'd you do today? I made $1,000. I got crushed
in a doubles
tournament at a fucking people. No sex. Sugar dating. The most common form of sugaring combines the intertwined life of companionship with sex. In this case, most women receive an allowance. It's more on a weekly or monthly basis. The sums could range from $200 to several thousands of dollars a month. So that's like you're on retainer?
Yes.
Sort of.
Yeah, you're on salary.
You're a salaried employee.
You're on salary.
Preston Enterprises. Sugar friendships. That sounds friendship. Are a mutually beneficial relationship with someone the woman considers a friend. In fact, these benefactors are often a part of the woman's lives already or soon become a part of it.
I don't understand
that. Sugar friendships. Sugar friendships with sexual benefits is more unstructured. In some cases, benefactors pay for all living expenses for the women, including rent, cell phones, clothing, cars, and vacations. Well, it sounds like A sugar friendship, mutually beneficial, but you still, I guess it would be mutually beneficial if you're just being friends with somebody and they're paying you to be their friend. That would be great for the woman. You know? Like,
Yeah,
what do you...
I'm having a hard time deciphering the nuances of some of these. Some of them don't sound that different from one another.
Some of them sound very similar. Fucking or no fucking, that's all I need to know. She's my Game of Thrones friend. I pay her $1,000. Mutually beneficial.
I explain the show to her.
I tell her
she
about
watches
dragons,
it with me.
and she closes her eyes and pretends to watch it. I mean, opens them. Here's $1,000. Sugar. Finally, Skull found that some of these relationships involve two people who hoped to end up together, with the woman taken care of for the rest of her life, in a category she named pragmatic love. Two people who hoped to end up together?
So basically a man that's in a marriage that he can't get out of, but I'll support you, and then eventually one day we'll be together?
We'll be together?
I'm just shooting from the hip here.
Yeah, so I've heard. So you're in a loveless marriage, and then there's the co-ed, and you meet, and what? Pragmatic love. When we lump sugar relationships together as prostitution, it criminalizes these relationships. We were missing how they often are organic and they evolve genuine emotional connection. It's not.
Well,
I can't. Come on. Yeah.
All sorts of things involved.
You know what, honey? I'm thinking maybe I'll just take the money away and we'll just have a... What? You're 57. I'm 21. Oh, so you're going to just take the money out. And then what? I'm going to hang out with you and fuck you? But you don't give me money. Well, this professor, they just happened to meet somewhere at work or during a catering gig and wanted to take care of them. These relationships can last decades.
I mean, that is, I guess, true. But I think, like you're saying, that you maybe, regardless of the origins of the relationship, that they take on one of two natures, probably.
Well,
like you're saying, sexual or non-sexual. But either way,
it's still paying. If you take the money away, then the money's the sugar. Correct? If there's no money, then there's no relationship, which is fine.
Well, I don't know, though, because there's obviously marriages that are similar in that dynamic. That there's only one source of money, but that they forge a family together and do all that. But essentially, the root of it is that, this person has all the money and pays for your life, and you share that life with them.
Oh, can I get that? Watch my stories all day?
But does that somehow lessen the amount of the potential for genuine love to exist within those?
Yes.
What are you saying? Regardless of the arrangement? So everyone's got to be even, Steven. We both make $37,000 a year.
Within $1,500 of each other, no matter what you do.
You are so stupid. You're the dumbest man ever. You're the dumbest man on earth.
But this sugar shit is done.
No, hold on. You have to. I mean,
Charles, let me get this straight.
I mean, okay, let's just say, what about my parents?
What about your parents?
Well, my mom doesn't make money anymore. My mom hasn't worked in 30 something years.
You watch your tongue.
No, you watch your tongue.
She raised.
I said worked a job. She hasn't made money. Okay.
Okay, I'm with you.
So by your fucking judge, I mean, I'm the one that's not. You watch your tongue. I'm the one that's offended, not you.
Sorry, I thought I was
You're telling me my fucking parents wouldn't be together if my dad didn't have any money.
Hell no.
Well, it's probably true because my mom would have found a better show in town. But no, but I'm saying that if the dynamics of these relationships prevent these people from being together in a traditional sense, and yet the one person is capable of providing support financially for the other person is there something? I'm not saying.
I think what it is what just,
when you factor in the age dynamics
I just think
and all
the age thing.
Of course, when you bring that into it gets murky. But there are definitely, I will attest to the fact that there are definitely relationships amongst older people that very, very similarly fall along these same lines, except that they're age appropriate.
Okay.
A divorcee and a divorcee, I've got money, I just want you to fucking just post up, be with me, travel with me, be my companion, and I'll take care of everything. That it's like there is an arrangement, an agreement as far as that stuff goes. However, it maybe is a little bit more or less, it doesn't maybe look to the
naked eye,
as maybe as much of
on the up and up.
You know, it looks. I know what you mean.
But I would just rather have on all 48 of these people she talked to. I would want to know the age of the woman, the age of the man, and how much that woman gets. And it's all fucking good, no matter what it is. I don't mean it anyway. I think what also mean the idea that like it's all great, everyone doing whatever they want to do. The idea that if you took that money away, and it's over, and that's totally fine. It's just, but it seems as if she's trying to make it into 7 different things, as if that these women fall in love with these. No, they're getting, in a good way, they're getting money, as they should, if they can, or if you want, or. But if you take that money away, there's no it's pragmatic love. Like you would throw up if Brandy. It's Charles. I've decided after 2 years of giving you everything, I think we should still keep everything exactly the same, but you give me shit. What?
Yeah, I understand what you mean.
I don't know.
I think, yeah. My issues with it normally would come from the idea that, like you're saying, that maybe one person believes something is
the man believes
a way that it isn't.
Yeah, of course he does.
And I think that maybe that's what I don't.
Well, this sociologist gave it 19. It's just one thing. I give you money to fuck you. If I didn't give you money, you wouldn't fuck me, which is fine. But like, what? There's no other nuance to it. Oh no, Brandy fell in love with Charles in his gleaming bald head.
I can't.
Yes, many of the software developers at her work, her age appropriate, wanted to take her out on a date. But it was Charles's 57-year-old gleaming head, ball and bold balls, that kept her in love, in a pragmatic love. You left sugar out.
Yeah, you left the sugar out.
You left the sugar out, sociologist.
You forgot the sugar.
Forgot the sugar.
You forgot to put the sugar in. This pie tastes weird.
This is an odd pastry. We left the sugar out. You still want to buy it? Fuck.
As we increasingly rely on anthropomorphized artificial intelligence-powered voice assistants.
Whoa.
In our homes, in our hands, for weather, news, homework, help, and such.
Life.
No, not here.
I guess you mean here.
Or really even in my life. I barely use any voice assistant AI.
You don't got time for that. You're a grown-ass man.
Like, I still... My neighbors have a what's it called? The Amazon Alexa?
Yeah.
And every time they say, like, hey, Alexa, I'm like, what? I still am like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. And then
there's 4 girls
and then like
there.
the Grateful Dead starts playing and I'm like, oh, like you were asking for something. Like, turn the lights down, like turn the music down. But it's like, I don't get what they're doing until it happens. And I'm like, oh, right, you have like a weird thing in your house that like hears you when you say that.
Shit for you. Hey.
Sorry.
It's okay.
As we increasingly rely on anthropomorphized intelligence-powered voice assistants in our homes, in our hands for weather, news, homework, help, and such, there's a question of whether these machines deserve the respect we hopefully afford fellow human beings.
Alexa, could you please play the Grateful Dead?
In other words, should we use words such as please and sorry when we ask Amazon's Alexa, the Google Assistant, or Apple's Siri to do something on our behalf? Or follow up with a thank you when the device delivers our request? And if we're bratty with Alexa and the others, what does that not only teach our kids, but say about our own level of civility? Okay. Kids is a big one.
Because kids don't know shit. Or maybe they do. Maybe they know a lot. It'd be weird for them because kids are growing up with these things.
I just said that I don't use it, but I do use Siri in my car.
Okay.
On my phone. I mean, obviously.
Hope you show civility.
And I do say thank you.
That's nice of you. It's fucking psychotic, but very nice of you. Oh, gracias, Siri. Oh, thank you.
Siri,
you done it again.
Only when she gets it right. He, actually, technically, I think my Siri is a he. He's from India.
Sorry.
He's from India.
And you speak with him.
No, I ask him questions.
And you say please and thank you.
I don't say please. I say thank you when he gives me the answer I need without having to touch my phone.
You say thank you to him.
I realized the other day that I do, yes.
Okay.
But that requires you to actually, like...
Out loud?
Well, yes.
Thank you.
And it responds...
Thank you.
Like, your wish is my command.
Yes,
like,
lover. I'm friend. I mean, driver.
I mean, sugar daddy. Pragmatic lover.
Shit. What are we calling ourselves these days? I don't even know anymore. All you do is ask for directions.
What's happening to us?
What's happening to us?
I say thank you.
Thank you.
Is that psychotic?
Yes. Alexa?
But isn't it...
Did you play Sugar Magnolia? Because you just played Sugar Magnolia 2 times in a row. You're fucking dumb. I guess it's more for the... You got to teach... You always teach kids should say please and thank you. You got to tell the kids to say please and thank you. Except they shouldn't...
But it's... But isn't it... Doesn't it show that it's so ingrained in second nature in me that I can't determine... I'm not there to judge who it is that I'm speaking with. I'm extending that same level of courtesy no matter if I'm asking anything for anything that...
Well, is that just out of rote? That just might be... The language might be lost because you just would say that anyway. I want you to really mean it when you say
I mean it.
You really did.
You have to mean it.
You know what? I really mean it, man.
Let me pull over.
Let me pull over.
Thank you.
Thank you. I don't care if I'm late. You got me here. And I fucking love you for it.
Sorry.
Siri, I love you. Okay. Maybe it's for the kids, because the kids grow up.
Well, the kids, that's a done deal. That's a good argument. You can't be nasty and stupid and fucking shitty because they'll be like, oh, that's how you talk to like people that help you.
But shouldn't you got to teach the kid to be nasty.
You're in control.
Don't let these robots fucking
run your life.
Watch fucking T2. Sit down. And then in real life, make sure that they understand the difference between robot and human.
But I thought the whole goal is to ultimately that's all going to fuse.
All the singularity will fuse it. We should.
So why should we be speaking any differently to it if we want it to talk to us the way it as naturally as possible?
Well, maybe
then
it's
the idea is to treat it.
Like what's that fucking Wiener Circle or Ed DeBevick's? Maybe we got to make it like
Wiener Circle.
Is that the place in Chicago? Isn't that the place where they talk?
Is that what it's called? Where they cuss at you?
Yeah, they yell at you. Is
that what it's called?
I thought so. I don't have my fucking computer.
Oh.
Jeff, what's the place in Chicago where they scream at you? All right. What about Ed DeBevick's? Did they do that?
Yeah.
What if Siri just got back at you? Siri, you just played Sugar Magnolia twice. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Listen to it.
It's a good song.
Stupid asshole. It's a good song. Fuck. And I'm like, hey, sorry. Sorry. Somebody woke up on the wrong side of the kitchen counter. I'm sorry.
I think it's good practice.
It's good practice. For us or the kids?
I'm saying for one.
For human.
It's good practice. Oh, I'm going to be polite to this person behind the counter, but when I talk to this robot, I'm going to be an asshole.
Yeah, when it's flipping your burger, flip it!
I think it's good practice.
Oh, I'm sorry, there's a person. I'm sorry.
I didn't realize you were human.
My bad. I thought you were one of the robot ones. Tell that asshole to flip it. But you're doing a bang-up job. I don't know. Eventually, it will be in our lives because I can't, I don't have that. But at some point, right, I'll have that because that will be.
You won't have any
everything.
choice.
Yeah, it'll just be like.
The other thing is, at some point, because of for convenience's sake, courtesy will probably take a backseat. It will be deemed.
I mean, does your dad have to talk to his car? Does he have to Tesla, like, give it a name? And thank you, Frank, for parking for him. Frank, incredible job.
No.
Thank you, John.
No. Not that I know of.
Okay. He should. If his car parks for him, shouldn't he say thank you? Not that good of a job, Frank. Ask your dad if he thanks Frank when it parks for him. This is this fucking world we've built.
I think it's good practice.
It's good practice, makes perfect, and it's good. It makes good common moral sense.
Yes. It's weird, though.
You should say to your Tesla, you know what, man? Or miss?
You know what it is
Emily,
for me? Why I realized I was saying thank you the other day?
Because you were so thankful.
Is because it fucks up so much.
Oh, it's such a shitty product.
And so when I managed to, what my thought
right?
maybe
Why
is
did
that
you tell it that?
Well, hold on a second.
Oh, wow, you done fucked up the last 10 times.
I've done that.
Wow, somebody actually got me here.
Yeah, I do that.
And then got out of the car.
I do that.
All right.
I do talk shit.
I would.
But
I guess every 10 times you do get me somewhere.
Well, I thought maybe that if the learning algorithm, if the AI is there enough, that maybe the positive reinforcement of it doing something correctly would somehow encourage it to do it more often.
It's like the military. You got to break it down and build it back up.
There's two different schools of thought.
You stupid asshole. Is 1122 1124? I don't know. You tell me, asshole. And then the fucking thing's like, oh shit, I gotta get it right. This guy's a fucking lunatic.
This guy's gonna hit me.
This guy's gonna fucking slap me. I have another beautiful November event that we need to be aware of.
Uh-huh.
The Equine Affair, November 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th. This is the Eastern States Exposition. It's in West Springfield, Massachusetts. This is North America's premier equine exposition in equestrian gathering. Fabulous horses, phenomenal opportunities, unforgettable experiences, and endless possibilities. Learn from and mingle with many of the foremost trainers, coaches, competitors, judges, and experts in the horse industry. Take a break from online shopping and see and touch and try on and experience a wealth of equine and equestrian products in the largest horse-related trade show in the nation. Meet and appreciate dozens of breeds of horses from around the world. Hello, I appreciate you. That's what I say to the horse. I'm meeting you.
I'm seeing you.
I'm seeing you and I'm appreciating you. Please and thank you. You're not a robot. You're a real live human horse. Buy a horse. Sell a horse. Fuck. Discover the right stallion for your mare or the ideal boarding, training, or breeding facility for you and your horse. Experience the excitement.
I bet you that's the main.
You think that?
That's the main moneymaker there.
The fucking. It always
accessories and fucking.
Leather, accessories, and fucking. Like everywhere, it's always mainstays.
Yeah.
Where do I get the leather shit and where's the fucking? Exhibit Hall C. Experience the excitement of the versatile horse and rider competition, Equine Affairs' ultimate test of horsemanship, and the drama of the Fantasia. That's Equine Affairs' signature music celebration of the horse.
Oh boy.
Interface with all the facets of the horse industry while you're sharing your passion for horses with your friends, your family, and fellow horse people. Equine Affair.
You ridden a horse before?
Have I ridden a horse? I believe I have maybe ridden a horse. It could be a dream, but when I close my eyes, I'm on a beach. And I'm galloping at the surf.
That's a dream.
Hold on. Shh.
I know for a fact you've never galloped.
My hair is down to my back.
You've never galloped.
Just flowing. Yeah.
Have you ever ridden a horse?
I think I'm thinking of it.
I know you're thinking of it, but I'm asking you if you ever have.
Oh, whoa.
You ever saddled a horse?
And I remember I had to pull back because of the
You're
surf.
so
I remember.
stupid.
I'm going to fucking be at this event.
So the answer is no?
I think the answer is no. But I have a distinct memory. I was a boy. I'm in a field. Yeah, I can see it.
I have to ask Marsha. Marsha
Let me
would
close
know.
my eyes. She'll know. Marsha, has Seth ever ridden a horse? She'll close her eyes and be like,
I see
a field.
He's got long hair.
His beautiful long hair. This is an equine affair. This is a major North American event. Eastern States Exposition.
Yeah.
That's good people. Horse people are good people.
Yeah, I've always said that.
I've always believed that. I'll come in there with a bush of apples, and I'm gonna meet, and I'm gonna greet,
And thank.
and I'm gonna thank. Hey, horse, appreciate you. That's good people. Good leather products. Fuck doing that shit online. Saddle up.
Yeah.
These chaps fit. I can't size
How am I
online.
supposed to know?
I got to do it in real life. Where's the chap station? That's over at D, over there.
Chap hut.
Where's the chap hut? Let me try this fucking on. These spurs on. Horse people,
Good people.
they are compassionate people. They are big-hearted people.
Yeah, definitely.
Not thoroughbreds, not racehorses. Those are monsters. Those are monster, like rich people that drug and kill the horses for money. I'm talking about real horse people.
Yeah.
Real people.
Working horse.
Working horse people. Got a barn with some horses.
Quarter horse people.
Quarter horse people.
USA Today snapshots. These are the most available vegetables in the USA last year per person. Does that make any sense?
One more time.
The most available vegetables in the USA
Okay.
last year per person.
So okay, is that what we're eating or what's just what would be the most readily available?
On average, what's available to each person in pounds.
Okay.
The most available last year per person.
Would be
So bell peppers, 11.2 pounds per person.
disgusting.
Cucumbers, 11.3 pounds per person. Carrots, 11.7 pounds per person. Head lettuce, 12.2 pounds.
What is that?
Just regular lettuce.
Like gross, like lettuce?
Yeah, just lettuce.
Like salad bar lettuce?
Like not leafy lettuces, like
not
romaines.
like robust, healthy.
No, just like water lettuce. Like
Just so like, yeah.
I don't know why you say it like it's gross. I like that.
Oh,
shit.
that's good?
I like
Is that
that shit.
nutritional value? I thought the leafy...
zero nutritional
Literally
value.
not.
Pretty much not.
That and put cucumbers
Maybe the
on it.
water that it's retained. That's about it.
But the water probably has soil in it. In the soil,
The soil's full of
Basically,
fucking Roundup. So
you're killing yourself.
yeah, leafy. This isn't a leafy lettuce.
Okay.
Not a leafy green. Leaf lettuce, 12.3 pounds. That includes romaine.
What's romaine? Is that
Romaine
good?
lettuce,
Okay.
which is like what they make like Caesar salads out of. Not
that big chunky.
Not
the big.
again. Not great for you. I mean, not bad for you, but not like a true.
But you like that taste?
Leafy green. I do like a crisp lettuce.
And they come in. It's like the size of a fucking like
Well, a head.
fan. Like
what?
fuck.
You're
that.
talking about the romaines.
Okay.
Romaines are like that. They're
that-
tall and they've got like they've got like large stalks, but then there's like a head of lettuce,
Oh, like cabbagey.
but not cabbage.
Dead to me.
Sweet corn, 19.8 pounds.
Available per person.
Onions, 22.3 pounds.
You love onions.
Tomatoes, which are a fruit, 86.1
true?
pounds.
Interesting. And they have that on there as a vegetable.
86.1 pounds.
Per person. Who the fuck?
I guess cucumbers would be a fruit as well, but
Is that true? Look at you.
potatoes, 113.7
Of course. That's a staff of
pounds.
life right there. Can't stop growing them. Put them in the ground. Look what happens. I want you to find out about tomatoes. If that's a fruit. I don't know if that
is true.
No, I think
Scientifically speaking, a tomato is definitely a fruit.
okay. See,
True fruits, which actually that was the working title for this podcast.
great podcast.
True fruits are developed from the ovary in the base of the flower and contain the seeds of the plant through cultivated forms, though cultivated forms may be seedless.
Okay.
Blueberries, raspberries, oranges are all fruits. Also, so are many kinds of nut. But tomato, scientifically speaking, would be a fruit.
And you don't fucking go near the nightshades. You don't go near that.
Because they were developed by alchemists.
Which century do you think that happened?
What? In the 14th.
In the 14th century.
I think.
By cloaked alchemists. Okay. Yet people have no problem dicing them up and serving them to their children.
Sorry, and to also, botanically speaking,
I love this.
Cucumbers are a fruit. However, it belongs to the gourd family,
Which would be a vegetable.
Um,
But are we botanically speaking? That would also
by
be a great name
definition,
for a podcast. Botanically speaking.
By definition, cucumber is a fruit.
Okay.
Develops from the flower of the cucumber plant, and it contains its seeds.
Okay.
But that also means peppers are. So 3 of these aren't actually
technically, botanically speaking,
fruits.
All right. Let's have a potato. Good night. Put some fucking butter on it. Go to bed. When it comes to being willing to explore more efficient options to solving a problem, monkeys exhibit more cognitive flexibility than humans, according to a study by Georgia State University psychology researchers. We are a unique species, and we have various ways in which we are exceptionally different from every other creature on the planet, said Julia Watsek, a graduate student in psychology at Georgia State, but we're also sometimes really dumb. Watsek was the lead author of a paper published in Scientific Reports illustrating how capuchin and Reese's macaque, how do you say that? M-A-C-A-Q-U-E? Rhesus monkeys were significantly less susceptible than humans to, quote, cognitive set bias when presented a chance to switch to a more efficient option. The research results support earlier studies with fellow primates, baboons, chimpanzees, who also showed a greater willingness to use optional shortcuts to earn a treat compared to humans who persisted in using a familiar learned strategy despite its relative inefficiency. I think we're less and less surprised when primates outsmart humans, the researchers.
I really wish there was a little bit more information about what the fuck they're talking about.
They did
Oh, you just didn't. You omitted it.
It was a very weird, long press a button pellet game, but the monkeys, these creatures were much more willing to try different ways to get it, whereas the humans
would just do the same fucking thing
over and over again.
Yeah.
Because just like,
yeah,
which happens.
Yeah.
You fucking panic.
Yeah. Also,
sometimes you can't just take a fucking breath and.
But also, probably 100 years ago, maybe 200 years ago, we might have done the same thing that the monkeys do. But because our society is so built around the repetition thing, that we have all gotten into a cycle of
we just can't
of obsessively repeating things. That's just the nature of our. The way that our current trajectory works is that the perception is that progress comes from repeated actions.
But you're saying you want to think outside the box.
I'm not saying anything.
You're not saying that.
I'm just saying that.
That's what I'm saying.
We thought like monkeys, and then we stopped.
We found
It's not like monkeys think like this and humans think like this. It's that monkeys think like we do, but when we were monkeys.
Oh. Then we got our streaming services.
And then we got streaming.
Shit got repetitive.
Yeah, and then they started making 9 seasons of The American Office.
Yeah, and you were just
like, oh, I'll just do this again.
What the fuck? I love this.
It's good once. Let's do it 500 times.
That's it. See, my problem is I can't sometimes just take 1 second to take a step back and take a breath. I just I'll just I can't. I just go into panic mode
When?
in any capacity.
What do you mean?
Like if presented with
A problem?
an obstacle. Sometimes I can't just stop for 1 second.
Yeah, that's why you try to structure your life to avoid them as much as possible.
Is that it?
Yeah, of course that's it. That's the whole get down.
He structures his life as much as possible to eliminate or try to minimize
Those happening.
because when those happen,
You don't like it.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
It's to the point where, yeah, I guess that's it. I came to the gate here, and I don't have a key because you put the code in, so I don't have to carry a key. Workers were working on the apartment, and they were doing something with the power, and so the gate
key wasn't working.
So my life was to come in, and I knew exactly what the next step was to get into the apartment. And then I realized we went to press the button, it didn't make any sound. But then the truck, they're gone. It's at like lunchtime. They're not here. Okay, I can't, but I'm realizing, just Seth, take one, but I look, my apartment right here, I know that they're not there, so I can't yell into their window. I look, my lady's upstairs, that car is gone. Before I can even try to go around the back or do anything, I'm like, as hard as I can, and just fucking kicked literally knocked the doors, like slammed it into the wall. It took like
serious?
12 seconds.
I was thinking that you were going to bash your own window open, but you have bars on it.
Put my coffee down and like, and with more force than I ever thought I could muster, just fucking knocked the door off, and then was like, oh, dog, that was. But I got in the apartment and then just immediately went about my business, and then for the rest of the day heard workers being like, what the fuck? Dog, I knocked this fucking thing
off its hinges.
Oh, dog.
Yeah.
So that's you don't
like it.
I don't. It took less than 30 seconds for me to scream at the top of my lungs and just get superhuman strength and take a steel door off of its hinges.
Yeah.
Which is good to know, though, that I can
you
do
have that.
I have that.
Those reserves.
So if I was ever driving somewhere and needed to be somewhere at a movie and there was an accident and a car was flipped over and was going to make me late, I would just be like, get the fuck out of the way! I'd fucking toss that Passat over.
But I guess maybe the idea is that knowing that you have that in you.
I tried for a second to
knowing that you do that. Okay, I'm going to try and solve this, but at least I know
I have superhuman
powers.
I
have superhuman powers. So if I need to resort to those, I can.
I will.
That maybe buys you a couple of minutes of let me see if I can go around the back.
Which I could. I went back. The door's
wide open. Yeah.
Unlocked,
I could have told you that. I mean, before you told me everything else.
So that's,
I suppose I don't. I think the thing that catches me off more than situational, humans do that to me. Human
people
do
what to you?
Can set me off in that way, that they throw me off. It's not the universe so much as, I mean, obviously the thing you're talking about is ultimately human caused, but what you were dealing with was more of a practical ripple of that it wasn't the fact that they cut off the power that bothered you, but it was the fact that you couldn't get into the apartment. My thing is not so much things that happen in the outside world as much as people and the choices that they make in dealing with me that probably can take me from one place to another in a rapid rate that is probably disproportionate to what actually transpires or what that person's intention and effect that they intended to have on me as well.
Okay.
I have certain odd expectations and boundaries when it comes to human interaction that Yeah, but
Okay.
but I would say that I've learned.
What about your superhuman strength? What do you think
got-
you're at? You
yeah.
think you have that?
I believe I could lift a car.
Could you lift a Passat if you were going to be late for a movie?
No, if there was a puppy in there or something.
Okay.
That's I guess there's maybe different.
If I was going to miss even one trailer of a movie I was going to see,
Flip it.
I could literally flip a Passat onto a sidewalk.
I think but yeah, I mean I would say that it's part of the way in which you design your
Navigate
it's what
this.
you design your life around. You navigate, you try. Part of the goal
Yeah.
is to avoid as many possibilities for that stuff to factor in.
Exactly. Yes.
Um,
Okay. So, okay.
I mean, a losing battle.
As maybe you get older, I should be realizing, but maybe not. Or
I don't know if it
Shouldn't
that
you get
doesn't. I don't know if it matters. It's just I think being aware of the fact that what you're up against is
it's chaos
and
sheer chaos.
it's an impossible opponent. It's an unbeatable opponent.
It's like my streaming services. Every time I think I have a handle,
Then they're like HBO Max out.
yeah. Wait a minute. Screaming. Does my HBO got me going now? Does it give me Max?
Getting Jeff to do research for
Yeah.
you.
But here comes Apple. It's so. I'm trying to control things.
It doesn't matter.
You can't
If
control
you're,
things.
If it does matter. What matters is if you're okay with
No.
perpetually losing,
Oh.
always losing,
Yeah.
forever losing. I mean which is what's happening here. I mean we're losing life. We're losing at life.
Oh, every day.
We're gonna die. Like it's already set in stone.
In death is you lose.
That's losing life.
Oh, it is.
Well, it's losing at life.
Well, why don't people be
I mean,
really
it's
cry
winning
at a
at death.
funeral? They're not like whispering "loser" into the coffin.
It's winning at death and losing at life.
Losing at life. I see a loser laying in there. No one does that.
But
do
they're
they?
thinking that. For
I guess,
sure.
yeah, because even if you're at a funeral, you're kind of with the people that are laughing.
You're
You're
like-
kind of laughing and joking.
Yeah,
like he's dead.
We're still here.
We're still here.
100%.
I never would have thought that.
100%.
So you're right.
100%.
Death is the ultimate L.
Biggest L to take. The big L.
Wow.
So, but if you're okay with, I know what I'm fighting against is bigger and better and more pervasive than me, but that doesn't make me not want to fight it.
Life.
Your life. Yeah, like
Okay.
I'm still going.
Fighting stronger every
Doesn't
day.
matter if I miss a flight, that I'm not going to stop trying to not miss
Get
flights.
that next flight.
Yeah, I guess, or whatever.
Okay.
I think for me, I'm a little bit more preoccupied and fascinated by the how things don't go than how things do go.
Interesting.
And I think you're a little bit more preoccupied with the way things do go.
Maybe I need to start thinking a little bit
I
more
don't.
about.
Again, this
Okay.
is not me.
Help me. Somebody
I'm
help
not
me.
telling you to do this. I'm saying it's just how we are.
Okay.
I'm not saying you should change and try to be more like me. I can't.
Shouldn't I?
Yes, but I mean, I'm not going to recommend
I'm not
that.
inherently saying it, but yes.
It's definitely easier.
Definitely grow your hair out.
No, I think we both need to try and be more like the other. I think that's what keeps us
Maybe
coming
that's
back
the
here every
singularity
week.
when we actually, that's
Fuse.
episode 1000, we fuse in the middle as one. Yeah, dude, America through the eyes of two Americans. Thank you so much for joining us for episode 751. Please come back for episode 752. You can call the voicemail 888-842-2357. And yeah, it's started in February 2006 and it's October 2019. And thank you.
We're,
keep coming back so
yeah.
we can keep doing it.
We're advertising free and commercial free, and we're listener supported.
You
So
know
if
that?
you
You
can,
understand that?
thank you to everybody who already does. If you would be so kind, if you've been listening for a while and haven't done so yet, please consider going to our Patreon page and throwing us a couple of bucks a month to keep the show going. But you also
Just don't be scared to do that.
Yeah, don't be scared to do it because you get to see these shows in full color, Technicolor video.
You know what? just everyone that has, obviously, we cannot thank you enough. Anybody that's thinking about it, it's just a lot of people I know, they don't. Well, they donate to Patreon to keep the show ad free and to keep it going. They don't watch the vids there.
Absolutely, it's a great way to just support
us. They
us.
say, hey, thank you.
There are some benefits that we try to provide to those people who, in order to give an incentive, you get access to the archives of the old episodes and live episodes, and you get the video episodes. You get discounts on merch and all that kind of stuff. But it's also just a way to holler at us and be like, "Yo, keep
on the way to work, on the way to school," type of listener.
Keep it cracking. Plenty of people have no means of listening to this, or have no intention of listening or watching this, and only want to listen to it. And we hope that this
road trip it.
We're a radio podcast that we started as in
the car
as such, and hopefully we'll stay that way. But should you feel so inclined, please
put the radio on. I can listen to Hotel California for the 7,000th time, or I can listen to my boys.
Come back, tell a friend, and I don't know. That's it.
I think it's just where I put the little thing in my car, just trying to tell myself to breathe. You got to breathe. I just have to just try to take when these things happen, take 1 second to take a breath and not just just solve it. I solved the problem. I wanted to get into my apartment, and I did. I looking back now and in listening to what you might have done, which I checked, turned out could have done. It only would have taken me 37 more seconds.
And that's not to say that after about 30 seconds, if I had broken a sweat trying to finagle, that I wouldn't have come back and taken that thing. Driven my car through it. I'm not. I'll bash a fucking window out, but that maybe there.
I try to go through the motions. And
my thing is this: I think that if you don't like the way you feel when trying to execute your life to the best of your plans and ability, regardless, if you're not liking that process, then if you're not enjoying that process, or that if it's only good if it works out, then that might be an issue, because that might be kind of giving yourself suffering too many setbacks or something.
Okay.
That if it's only good, if you were locked out of your apartment and it forced you to get into your car and drive down to fucking Larchmont when you didn't want to, and dick around for a minute, that's what I mean. That wasn't that you wouldn't see that as maybe an opportunity to do something else. Then I think that might be a little fucked up.
I love this.
That might be a little bit tough on you.
It's brutal. And
that's something that maybe, because I promise you, something else will happen.
In Larchmont,
something
you could get into a fist fight over a parking spot, and think how cool that would
Jonathan.
be. Think how much fun that would be.
Come back.
When all of Larchmont sees your superhuman strength, and it gets captured on video,
you go viral.
It goes viral.
Come on. You'd be like, Jonathan, if I'd gotten into that apartment, we'd still be doing this stupid show.
Instead, when my video, which Superman strikes, he put his foot literally through the door of a Corolla. It stopped. The sole of his sneaker stopped an inch from a baby's face. But the baby smiled, turned, and said, "Dada," and it was such a cute moment that the owner of the car forgave the destruction
of Superman.
And now Seth has adopted this child. Come back for 752 seatbelts.